Riviera. Entrenched in this picturesque community is a volleyball lifestyle that has thrived for decades. We may be north of Hollywood, but the stars of the AVP have come here to shine. Craig Hummer along with Chris McGee and Mary Strong, the AVP Nissan Series stop in Santa Barbara, California. It is time for the women's semi-final. We have already seen the men. Time to hand it over to my partner Geeter once again for the intros of the teams. Geeter.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Santa Barbara Women's Final Four. Are you ready? Out of Laguna Beach, California, on her way to the University of Colorado. Last summer, broke it open with 2 open wins internationally, quickly becoming one of the best players on the tour. Say hello to Rachel Wacholder. Her partner, ladies and gentlemen, a 4-time All-American out of UCLA, an Olympian indoor in 1996, the MVP of the AVP in 2002, and now a bronze medal. Say hello to one of the most dominant players in the world, Elaine. Other side of the net, ladies and gentlemen of Santa Barbara, the #1 team in the world out of Long Beach State, California. An NCAA champion, NCAA player of the year, 39 open wins, the best side-out player in the world. Say hello to Misty May. And her partner, a 4-time first-team All-American out of Stanford University, 2 national championships, 36 open wins, and the 2-time reigning MVP of the AVP, Kerri Walsh.
Thank you, Geeter. It is all about teamwork. We have a 3rd member of our broadcast team. Her name is Mary Strong. Let's send it down to her once again. Mary.
Craig, I just spoke with Elaine Young just a moment ago. She said the last time they played May and Walsh, Rachel's left foot was injured. She has it taped today, but she is definitely 100%. Also, Rachel has never played with more fire than I've seen her play these last couple of days. She even got her first yellow card this morning. Elaine is hoping that that fire and that aggressive attitude is what's going to help them win this match today. Also, May and Walsh, just something to keep in mind, they have tended to lapse midway through their matches lately, so EY and Rachel are hoping to use that to their advantage. Back up to you.
Thanks, Mary. We take a look at the Bud Light game time. There you see how May and Walsh got here on Saturday. It was pretty easy, although the last match of the day, the Brazilians, Marins and Manello, took them to 27-25, Geeter, in that second game. Then this morning, Denekashe and Mason, they fell pretty easily.
Yeah, the Brazilians had a swing for game in game #2 to force a 3rd game, but Kerri Walsh and Misty May find a way.
There you see Rachel Wacholder and Elaine Young's road to our semifinal. A 3-game match against Allison and Coleman. Only the 2nd match of that day on Saturday. That was a tough test. Then they went up, of course, against Akers and Branau, 16s in that game. And then we see the early one this morning. They lost to Jen Kessie and Holly McPeak. Boy, that was tough. 15-11 was the score in the 3rd. And then they take down the Brazilians as well.
Yeah, they obviously bounced back because they put a thumping on the Brazilians, and they look ready to go.
Here we go. So much emotion just to get to these semifinals. Misty May serves it up first. Kerri Walsh ends up getting the points on the board first for her team. We take a look once again at the rules.
Well, the rules, Craig, 2 out of 3 games. The first 2 games are played to 21 points. If they split, we go to a 3rd. It's played to 15. It's rally score, which means a point on every single serve. You must win each game by 2 points.
Misty May, her 2nd serve early on in this game. EY tried to go over in 2. Kerri Walsh with an answer.
Kerri Walsh right there as she dropped. Instead of block, she dropped and played defense, faked EY out a little bit. EY off-speed shot right in her lap, and Walsh bombs it.
Easy way to identify the teams. You see May and Walsh, black tops, pink bottoms. Rachel and Elaine, all aqua blue.
They all look great.
Just long. And playing off of what Mary said early on, it seems May and Walsh almost anticipated that fire of EY and Rachel.
They smell that, you know what I mean? And they come out absolutely on fire themselves. That's why this is going to be a heated match.
always is. They have met in every tournament so far this year, twice in the semis, twice in the final.
And in Tempe, they had a great final, a 3-game battle, I believe a 15-13 finish for May and Walsh, but EY and Rachel played great.
Good eye by Misty May, great communication. Kerri Walsh telling her it's out, it's out. She lets it sail a little bit long. Early lead, 3-1. Kerri Walsh serving it up. Some heat from EY.
Yeah, EY wants to attack the ball aggressively. She told me yesterday. In the first 2 plays she came out, she did a little off speed. Right there, you just knew she was going to attack. That's what they worked on the last few weeks. They worked on handling the ball, attacking aggressively.
Come on,
Off the touch. We've had a chance to see these teams, as I mentioned, a lot in the 4 tournaments so far this season. They match up pretty well. It's tough to match up against May and Walsh, but Rachel and Elaine do it.
Well, Rachel's playing great defense. She's siding out well. And EY's EY.
Right there. A point for Rachel Wacholder and Elaine Youngs brings them to within 1. Staying close early on, and Geeter, that is exactly what they need to do. Hi everybody, Craig Hummer, Chris McGee once again. Let's talk about some of the things that Rachel and EY must do if they want to advance into this final.
Elaine Youngs needs to serve tough, which means her jump serve needs to be on. She needs to score some points with it. Rachel Wacholder, she's going to get her share of digs. She needs to terminate, put the ball away for points.
The emotion that took place early on, that match with Jen Kessie and Holly McPeak. They were former partners, EY and McPeak. Does that take them out of this game coming in?
No, I don't think so, because the way they bounce back against the Brazilians, EY and Rachel are ready for this game. You would think so, because, you know, anytime you play your former partner, it's going to be emotional and it's going to be tough, but to bounce back and hammer the Brazilians, I feel they're ready.
Let's talk about the reigning Olympic champions, without a doubt, the top team in the world for a number of years. I say this every time we're together, but how do you beat this team?
Well, number one is, and I said it earlier, if I need to be redundant, you need to serve tough. You need to get them off their game a little bit. And you know what? They've showed this weekend that they're not setting that great. I saw Misty and Kerri struggle a little bit against the Brazilians. So if you can get them off their game a little bit, you can take advantage of it.
Well, the past 2 tournaments, we have seen that final go 2-3 games, which was something we hadn't seen up until this season. Usually Misty May and Kerri Walsh are literally unbeatable.
Well, it's so tough when you're on top for this long and you win every single time out. Teams are going to just keep going for you, and they're going to keep getting better as well. But that's the one thing I talked to Kerri earlier today. I said, how do you feel? She said, I feel great. She had that look in her eye like, let's go, I'm ready.
Misty May had a great quote I read in the paper today. She said, you know what we're seeing on the women's side of the AVP Tour is good. They're seeing new teams week in and week out. It's not just the same cast of characters, and she likes it.
You're absolutely correct. That's the thing, is nobody wants to see Misty and Kerri just bury everybody every single week, and now you have teams that are challenging them. Team China took them to 3 in Austin. Rachel and EY took them to 3. The Brazilians had a swing for game number 2 yesterday, so teams are starting to play better against them.
Well, by virtue of this being a semifinal, there's another semifinal going on the outer courts, much like we saw with the men's. Out there, the team that we keep mentioning, Jen Kessie, Holly McPeak, they take the first game over Diane Denekeshe and Nancy Mason.
Yeah, Nancy Mason had to call Diane Denekeshe, her old partner. She got to a final with her in 2002, and they played again, and she had to break up with Kerri Bush, who's her best friend. But sometimes it has to be done to try to get to that next level.
Rachel Wacholder gets him guessing on the other side, brings him within 1.
You know, to go back to Holly McPeak and Jen Kessie real quick, Holly McPeak wants to get to a final. She is used to being in finals. She has won more finals than anybody in the history of women's professional beach volleyball. And she and Jen Kessie have been knocking on the door, so this may be their first final of the year.
And we can't understate how big of a deal that would be for Holly and Jen to get to that final. Just, let's say, emotionally more than anything else.
You have to get to your first final of Jen Kessie. You know, a lot of pressure playing with Holly McPeak. She's only been to 1 final in her career, last year with Barb Fontana. So for her, you know, she's feeling the pressure like, hey, I have to get here with Holly McPeak. This is my opportunity.
And meanwhile, on the inside court, we're seeing a great tight match so far. EY knows she has to keep it close throughout this match.
She wants to keep it close, and then at the end of the match, come up with some huge serves, maybe a block, keep it aggressive, and get it from her.
8-6, 14-point side change. The Olympic gold medalists and defending champions here in Santa Barbara are up early in game number 1.
OLN weekends are totally full of bone. Load up on classic bone-crushing action from this season's top PBR events. Plus all new Total Bowl, featuring PBR's toughest cowboys and the nastiest bull.
Taking the weekend off here in America. They were over in an FIVB event over in China.
Right now! Kerri! Go, Misty!
Think these ladies have come here to play?
Unbelievable rally, both teams. Made Walsh relentless.
These two teams know each other so well, and they put on a show.
Look at this cover. What a great left-handed stab by EY. And a great dig by Kerri.
Hey, Misty, will you lift those sets?
On the other side of the net, the same quick, cat-like reactions.
And then the winner by Misty.
Check out the replay.
Always feels good to follow through like that.
Look at that, shoots and scores.
Back to action, EY returns the favor.
No off speed that time. Little pepper on it.
Cayenne.
Nicely done indeed.
The dash habanero, my friend.
Misty, come on, Rachel!
So close. Rachel's just so fast.
Looks like she eased up just at the end. She thought maybe that ball was going out. She stuck out her left arm just a little late.
You heard
She's
Elaine.
all over it.
You heard Elaine too. She knew. She's like, Rachel, Rachel, come on.
When she screams, you listen.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like E.F. Hutton.
Here we go. EY, I just love the passion of Elaine Youngs. I mean, every single weekend, the same fire.
Right, low.
Makes her home in Durango, Colorado now. Rachel's in Manhattan Beach. Rachel put that one down to bring them to within 2.
She gets a great crew from Durango, Colorado. They come out often. Great group of people. They just love to have fun and cheer on EY. Great following.
Misty, Rachel!
Over in 2. Good for the 1 point.
9-10, Santa Barbara, we got it.
They're only down by 1 now. 9 serving 10.
Let's take a look. Rachel Wacholder in the angle. Perfect dig and set. And EY puts it away past the block of Kerri Walsh, which is no small feat.
And EY, we've seen this a lot. She will put it over in 2.
Absolutely.
She senses that gap. You can bet it's getting sent over.
That's so nice!
Well, she also does it better than anybody in the entire world. While playing with Holly McGee, that was one of their big strategies because everyone would serve Holly. And Holly, a great passer, would set it up there, and EY would either attack it or set Holly. But most of the time, she would attack, so she's better than anyone.
See it again. Over in 2 right there. Seizing the advantage.
It's a smart play, and I think they've worked on that with Coach Jeff Alzina. When Kerri Walsh serves and she's running to the net, they do a quick, fast pass. So EY has time to bomb it before Kerri even gets there.
You take a look at some of the other teams that were in action this weekend, starting with Jen Pavley and Heather Lowe. They finished with a 9th Geeter, actually getting beat by Jen's former teammate, Angie Akers.
Yeah, they just broke up. Angie Akers going with Nicole Brana, the great player from Minnesota, and there they are. Great indoor player, led Minnesota to the Final Four.
It would be Tyra Turner and Makari Wilson who would end their run here in Santa Barbara. And Kerri Bush and Liz Massakai, and Liz Mass still playing at
A legend. She retired and she coached EY and Holly last year, but came out of retirement to help some people out. Originally Diane Denekashe, who then dumped her for Nancy Mason, and Bush and Massakai were left together.
A lot of volleyball knowledge in that brain right there. You see Bush and Maskayan end up in 7th. They're your 5th place through 9th place finishers. And Pavley and Heather Lowe end up with that 9th.
Turner and Wilson, another 5th. They've been right there knocking on the door, trying to get to a Final Four. That's a good team.
The women's side has been fairly consistent. I mean, certainly the consistency at the top with May and Walsh, but those back place getters, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, have been really the same week in, week out.
Absolutely, and as the year goes on, I think you'll see some of those teams break in.
All right, here we go.
A little bit extra time on the court taken by EY and Rachel, just making sure everything is okay. EY with the serve. Rachel trying to get there. Let's send it down to Mary Strong.
Well, something to watch for, guys. Coach Jeff Alzina just told Wacholder and Youngs to run more quick plays at the net. Before the side change, you heard Rachel yelling, quick, 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 before she hit, signaling to Elaine that she wants her set nice and low. It went down against Walsh's block. They're going to run more of those quick plays on offense to hopefully mix things up for Walsh at the net.
Thanks, Mary. Well, as you were talking, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, Mary makes a great point. Team China did that in Austin in the final. They're running that quick set. They were successful all weekend, and they took May and Walsh to 3. So, EY and Rachel, let's speed up our sets.
It was like a study hall and Cliff Notes session all in one for all these other teams on the tour, wasn't it? Everybody watched the Chinese. All of a sudden, holy mackerel.
Yeah, they're right there.
Success against these guys. Found the line. Talk about connecting. We're even at 12.
I'll tell you what, Craig, it's the most obvious thing that they need to do to be successful. That's terminate after digs by Rachel Wacholder, and she does it right there.
Here we go.
I noticed EY, she was running down that ball in the midst of the point. Still had a smile on her face. Quiet communication going on between May and Walsh right now.
It's so important. Who's going to take what ball, where you want that set, and then ultimately the person who sets the ball telling that hitter where the open spot on the court is.
Kerri Walsh, already 36 titles, only 26 years of age. Partner Misty May, could be 40 titles if they win here.
40 titles if they win.
And only 27.
I mean, that's absolutely
She's sitting on 39.
amazing.
Great pass.
This team could be around for a very, very long time, much to the chagrin of the rest of the volleyball.
Good. Right. In front, low. Line. Go. I got it. One. Go.
I tell you what, if you got up and got something from the fridge at 12-12, pretty fast, it's a 3-point margin again.
And that's what they do best. They start to separate themselves from other teams.
15-12, the advantage for May and Walsh. They have exploded for 3 unanswered points, getting that gap.
Nobody out.
Geeter, as you mentioned, low, have to win by 2.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is with EY and Rachel, and what we talked about before with Misty and Kerri, if they're around for a long time, you know what? I mean, EY and Rachel are getting better, and so is everybody else. It's making everyone else compete more.
We go back out to court number 1. Keep in mind that Kessie McPeak won the first game. That was Holly McPeak finding the corner right there. A side change out in their match. You see a big roll from McPeak and Kessie leading by 7.
Kessie is fired up. Kessie wants that final.
We bring it back inside to the stadium court. We've got a great game 1 going on. 3-point margin at the moment. Misty May, Kerri Walsh, hasn't been a lot of flash, but they have answered every time Rachel Wacholder and Elaine Youngs have tried to make a run or come back to even up the score.
Yeah, and that's what they do better than anybody else in the world. Another team could be playing great against them. You look at the scoreboard and they're up by 3 points. But Coach Jeff Alzina just told the girls, listen, stay tight right now. Stay tight. Keep siding out, which means, you know, keep this cushion right where it is, and we'll score.
Good, Rachel. Good. All that.
Nothing seems to rattle the Olympic champions.
Wait. Line.
And that's what you'd expect, isn't it? They've been through so much together.
Yep.
I mean, they still get excited, of course, but they really don't get phased into somebody else's game.
I just think, and it's the same with a lot of these players, especially, you know, Holly and EY, Kerri, Misty, they've been in every situation possible.
There we go.
Nothing's new out here.
That was a big swing by Elaine Youngs.
I like that. I like that EY is adding that. She didn't do it too much the last few weekends. She would set Rachel Wacholder a lot, but this is going to make Rachel even more successful. They start thinking about EY when she's setting and hitting. Leave things wide open for Rachel.
Wait. Grace, come on, you can!
Almost another dig for Rachel Wacholder. The most digs this season, close to 250 so far. The season is very young indeed.
Both these teams, Santa Barbara, they're working hard for you. They're in the semifinal.
Great crowd out here today. Beautiful day out here in Santa Barbara. Sorry about that.
Great semi-final crowd, exactly. It's tough to come here. This is our office, yeah.
Tough job.
Rachel answers, brings it back to within 3.
17, Wacholder to serve.
In only her 6th season. EY, the elder statesman.
You must go. That way. See it. Come on, Rachel! Go, go!
Went for the foot.
I thought it was something for the effort.
Just out of reach.
That gives them a 4-point cushion. May and Walsh lead by 4.
18-14.
Game number 1, 18-14. May and Walsh with the advantage. Kerri Walsh serving.
Here we go.
Two-time AVP, MVP.
No, miss it. Come on, wait. No, middle.
I
I just saw Coach Jane Selznick, the Coach of the Year, USA Volleyball, the coach of Misty May and Kerri Walsh. He pumped his fist because that's the one he wanted. He wanted Misty to hang in that angle, get that rainbow shot by Wacholder, and then she put it away, and they feel that game 1 is theirs.
Misty May already 14 kills in this game.
No, Misty, come on.
Great poke. Just out. But Kerri very smartly saw Misty was a little bit out of position.
She
Went over in 2.
Almost had that one as we take a look at the replay. A great knuckle dig. Look at that. And then Walsh. A little cagey shot, just wide.
15 serving 19. Elaine Youngs.
Low. Rachel.
Rachel in position.
Come on, Rachel.
And again, gets there, just not enough.
2015 game 4.
She's there. She's almost there
She really
every
is.
single time.
We take a side change. 20-15 the score. Misty May, Kerri Walsh up by 5. A chance to close out game number 1 in their semifinal contest against Rachel and Elaine.
Loctite Power Grab grabs instantly, with 9 times higher initial hold than the leading brand. Without bracing and without hammering. Loctite Power Grab. Project solved.
All good things in time, my boy.
Great low and tight. Look where her hands are facing, that right hand into the court.
Supple, yet firm.
And then stays out of the net. She comes back down.
Perfect.
That's the perfect block.
Perfect form.
All you coaches at home, Sports Shack coaches over there in club volleyball,
Good. Oh my
that's how you teach the kids how to block.
Right.
She sends it over right there, too. That's another way to do it. Win your game just on a bam. Right there, 21-15, Craig. Game number 1 has gone to Misty May and Kerri Walsh. Just like that, they are up on their road to yet another final. Rachel Wacholder and Elaine Youngs going to have to find another formula if they hope to advance this to 3 games.
Keep it going. Elaine could get frustrated. Let's just keep it on reach.
Tonight, OLN's all-new original series, Outdoor Investigations, reveals the shocking truth about our nation's parks.
He sticks a shotgun right in my chest. I thought he was going to kill me.
The wildlife treasures we use for recreation have become home to a garden of evil.
The parklands are being invaded by drug traffickers.
OLN exposes the imminent threat to our public land.
They're well armed, and we're expecting a gunfight.
Outdoor Investigations series.
Strange, we move ahead to later in the match. Little off-speed shot right there. Kerri Walsh converts. Let's send it down once again to Mary.
Well, as you know, Craig, it's very hard to play defense out here, especially since the hitters can jump so high and virtually hit balls over the block. Now, I just overheard Rachel Wacholder talking about how frustrated she is on defense. She says she's getting to the balls and touching them, but they're just not coming up. And Geeter, as you know, defense is especially difficult against a hitter like Misty May because you just can't read her early. She hides her shots very well.
Yeah, they just disguise them. And we watched it in the men's game, how many times Todd Rogers and Steinmetzger just barely got that ball. And you're talking about guys that are 6'5", 6'4", with long arms. Rachel's there, she's diving, and she just can't get it. But Kerri Walsh and Misty May, they're so good with their off-speed shots that it's just hard to defend.
The timeout on the court. 8-4 the score. Take a look, exactly illustrating what Mary was just talking about. You see the feet start to go, the legs are moving, Geeter, but just not soon enough.
Yeah, the surface really does favor the attacker. It's a great jumping beach. It's hard packed. Keep running any of our Southern California stops, this will be the hardest surface you will see.
Without a doubt. We get down south a little bit more, Hermosa, Huntington, Manhattan. It's like quicksand down there, isn't it?
Yeah, your vertical come becomes what, 2? Hey, mine's 1.5.
I'm good, exactly. 3 or 4 inches. Come on, partner.
Kerri made 3 great digs in a row.
Team of Hummer McGee.
We would rock.
They're not playing the other way.
This team has dominated year in and year out, but take a look. Let's just read some of these stats. There you see a 20-0 record, swept 18 of those 20 matches, outscored the opponents 286. Peter, is there anything they can't do?
She's really trying to get
Looking at that, no, they can do it all.
Slice, dice, julienne.
You just keep waiting. When a team is at the top, will they get bored? Will they come out lackadaisical? And the answer has been no so far. They come out and they're always ready to win.
The score, 8-4, May and Walsh up in game number 2. They have already won the first game in this AVP Nissan Series women's semifinal. Our stop in Santa Barbara. Big block.
Saw a little celebration there by Kerri Walsh. I mean, EY's been having her way on that over on 2, but Walsh right there made a great block, moved her feet, pressed perfectly. There she is.
If you're a fan of EY and Rachel, this is not the way you wanted the script to play out. 5-point gap early on in game number 2. Kerri Walsh with 2 blocks already.
I'd like to see EY and Rachel side out a little bit, maybe get 1 or 2 points, see if they can just get back to within 3 and see if we can get the crowd involved a little bit.
That stat page you saw, Geeter, the one stat I didn't read. Misty May, Kerri Walsh, the only team with more aces than errors. That's phenomenal. They should add kills to that because they got a lot of those as well.
As you take a look at the replay, how is that possible to have more aces than errors? And I guess this is why, because she absolutely bombs it. There's EY's off speed. Look at the one-handed stab, but it's perfect. It allows Kerri Walsh to get under it and set it, and then a hammer down the line.
And Misty May likes what she sees and delivers. She's got the rock and a 6-point lead.
Good, good. In front. And line.
Off the block. Converts to close to within 5. They'll need a few more of those, as we said in the men's match, in bunches.
In bunches. I'd like to see them get to within 3. Not too late. It's they got to make their move.
So in this crowd, I think. I think this crowd wants to see volleyball. They want to see 3.
I got it right here. Low.
Kerri Walsh in transition. How do you stop that?
Well,
it's an amazing hit. She barely even jumped. The ball's coming over her shoulder. She's just got such a quick arm. Great placement.
It's like an outfielder looking over his opposite shoulder, grabbing the fly ball against the wall.
Willie Mays style.
She just manages to come up with these shots.
In front. And line, line. Come on.
Misty, another conversion, and you can sense they are smelling victory.
That is one thing that I really believe they do better than anyone in the world. When they see an opponent down, they jump on them.
Merciless.
Look at that hard, crushing spank by Misty May.
Outstretched again, but this time doesn't fall for Misty and Kerri, so Rachel and Elaine get a point. They need to double their score at 6-12. Some discussion going on court between EY and Rachel.
They're thinking it's time to make an adjustment.
We'll see what they do. They close it. Minor adjustment pays off.
Great play off the joust here. We take a look at our replay. Joust between two players. The ball sitting right on top of the net. EY making a great play. Rachel listens to her partner. Line. A little soft shot off the hand of Kerri Walsh. Great play by Rachel Wacholder, kid out of Laguna Beach.
Backhander over. Unable to get those hands into the court, Geeter, you mentioned early.
Yeah, the hand was facing outside, and Misty May perfectly put it off it and out of bounds. There it is. God, she was penetrated nice, was over the net. She wanted that one. She really did.
13 serving 7. And EY once again over on 2, the quick set conversion. We have a side change, 13-8, the score. May and Walsh lead by 5, already up 1 game.
Extol new tread.
Final action. We put together a highlight video. This is how you do it.
Oh, look at that dig.
Who says it's not a game of inches?
Rachel Wacholder.
What a semifinal we have had so far. Misty May, Kerri Walsh took game number 1. The score in that one, 21-15. It is the midst of game number 2, 13-8 the score. Craig Hummer along with Chris McGee, Mary Strong on the sand. Misty May, Kerri Walsh trying to make their 4th final of the season.
What are they, 20-0, Craig?
Oh, yeah. It's a fairly impressive stat.
Another streak.
Pretty darn good.
Of course, the legendary streak of last year. 90 match.
90. Well, one at a time, right? We're almost a third of the way there, or a quarter of the way at least. Rachel and EY trying to start a streak of their own. They want to get back to the final, still searching for their first win of the season, as are the rest of the women's side of the AVP Tour. Misty and Kerri, of course, have won all 3 stops so far.
They are the number 2 seed. They've been in the Final Four 4 times out of 4.
15-9 your score, 6-point gap for the defending champions here in Santa Barbara. It really doesn't matter, does it, where you go in the U.S. Pretty much Kerri and Misty, it's a good chance they may be defending champions. Great block by EY.
You make a great point.
When your winning streak is 90, 20, whatever it is, you're going to be defending champ pretty much everywhere.
Look at the layout by Misty, and then a little push off to the side by Kerri to get her out of the way.
And then EY sitting in wait.
It's a great play by EY not to retreat and dig, but stay at the net.
Here we go.
Converts the block. Her teammate Rachel Wacholder serving, 5-point deficit. to get that going. Tried to start.
Great call on the poaches, Coach.
Sitting at home, right? You got to poach occasionally.
Beautiful. Sign you up at my volleyball club. Coach one of my squads.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Just outside. 17-10, and it's back to 7. Great shot there, EY. Just a little dismay finally showing. Very seldom you see Kerri Walsh with a mishit.
She had to bump that over on 3 because she touched it off the block.
17-11. May and Walsh, they won the first game. They are up by 6 here. We're getting close. Can they advance to the final? Harbor is the place to be, but if you're here, the place definitely to be is the Bud Light Party Zone. The crowd getting amped and ready, Geeter.
Not a bad place to be. Watching a little volleyball in the Bud Light Zone.
They're having a good time, as they should be. This whole crowd is ready.
Come on, Rachel, come on, right here, low. No, come on.
What speed. What ability. The crowd really liked that one, didn't they? Coming back from break, they knew something was going to happen.
This would have been unbelievable if Misty would have got. Look at that layout by Walsh off the net.
Plays it off the net, and if somehow had been able to curve the wrist.
Maybe could have used her left hand there instead of the right. Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Exactly.
So easy from up here, Craig.
Go, middle.
Why? Redemption.
Why I call her the best side-out player in the world. She gets served so many balls, and time again, they win. She was voted best offensive player 2004 by the players.
Good.
NCAA champ at Long Beach State.
Line.
Few accolades, Misty May.
No.
EY acknowledging, okay, I shouldn't have done that.
just wanted to give it a little frustrating.
All right, okay.
Let's just see that. Oh, that's a nice left foot.
Nice form.
Here we go.
U.S. soccer team might be looking for her. Mia Hamm needs a replacement.
He was a phenomenal all-around athlete. Basketball player at UCLA.
Well, we've come to match point just like that. It's 2012. May and Walsh, nothing flashy, but they've just been steady enough to eat away and increase this lead. The crowd letting them hear it. Well, it didn't take something pretty. It was just a mishit by Rachel Wacholder. There we have it, 21-12 in the second. And Geeter not as close as we thought it would be.
No, especially midway through game one, it was a great game. Both teams were playing awfully well. Misty Kerri just pulled away.
They take them in 2 when we come back. A final word from Santa Barbara.